Ladies, let me say this very, very clearly. When the grown man is into you, his attitude and behavior changes immediately. Not let's see where this goes. Not let's see how this is gonna look like. No, it changes immediately. See, grown men already have lived life and they understand a whole lot of things about relationships, which probably some of these young cats do not understand. And you as a woman, when you come in contact with a grown man, he already knows exactly what he wants. So that attitude will change. Immediately he sees you and he sees a future with you. So here are 5 things that grown men do on the first date to actually let you know of their intention. Now the problem is, if you are not focusing, if you're not paying attention, you might not catch these things. So here are these things to pay attention to. So this is the first thing a grown man will do on the first date. He plans the date. He understands that time is money, and his time and your time is money. He doesn't freestyle. He doesn't ask you, so what you want to do? See, grown men go ahead, they plan the date, they choose the location, they set the time, and they confirm the plan. Or if a man tells you, we'll figure it out when you get here, ladies, that is a red flag. Grown men do not do that. They already see a future with you, so they know that your time is precious. Now it is on your turf now to actually understand and see through this so that you can act right. The second point is, grown men listen more than they talk. Ladies, pay attention. When the man is serious about you, he is not trying to impress you with speeches. He listens. Like, he really listens to you. He remembers details. And he always gives you these follow-up questions. Take, for example, if you are on the first date and he's just observing and you speaking, and he gives, like, you talk about your job. And then at the end of you talking, he starts asking you follow-up questions about your job. That is a keeper. This is because grown men are out to evaluate to see how compatible you are. They are not there to chase validation. Now, if you go on the first date with a man and he is talking and talking and talking, ladies, that is a red flag. People who talk too much, they are performing. A man who doesn't talk much, but he remembers details and asks you follow-up questions, that is a grown man. That is the person you want to be with because that person sees the future with you. Point number 3, grown men respect physical boundaries. Ladies, this is very, very important. Physical boundaries. Now, let me tell you something, ladies. A grown man, actually, when he is serious about you, he doesn't pressure you to get physical with him. He doesn't rush into intimacy, and he doesn't just test your boundary, your physical boundaries, because a grown man understands that attraction grows stronger with time. So he is not in that rush. When you meet somebody that is trying to test your physical boundary, trying to rush you into intimacy, that is a red flag, my sister. I would say this: if a man lets the moment breathe instead of forcing it, that is who you want to be with. And once again, I will tell you this: a man that wants fast access, man, you should stay away from that kind of a man. But a man that wants things to grow naturally and works towards connection, that is the person you should move on with because he is intentional about you. But the problem is, women nowadays do not understand these things. So you want to pay attention to all of these things that I've said. Point number 4. Grown men talk about values, not vibes. Yes, I want you to pay attention, ladies. Pay attention to this. When you are on the first date or when you come in contact with the grown man, pay attention to his questions. The questions that he asks you, I want you to analyze it critically, because grown men ask you serious questions like, what do you look for in a relationship in terms of what are the values you look for in a relationship? A grown man will ask you like, what are you passionate about? Or a grown man might ask you like, what is peace like to you? Because a grown man has lived life, he has experienced a lot of relationships. Some of them might have been divorced, and some might already have kids. And bringing a woman into that whole system, they want to be sure that you are the right person, because grown men date with alignment in mind. Now, if the conversation is all about drinks, jokes, surface level flirting, stay away. That is not the man you want to be with. A grown man will do all of these things, and he will bring value, and he wants to know exactly where you are, because a serious man wants to know and understand your mindset before getting into a relationship that is going to lead into something in the future. So pay attention. And lastly, ladies, grown men follow up after a date. They stay consistent. So ladies, I want you to pay attention, because this is the biggest tell-all. Now, when you come in contact with the grown man that is serious about you, he texts and calls you the next day to find out how you're doing. He does that. He stays in contact because he is actually interested in building something real with you. So that is why he's texting and calling you to check up on you. He also thanks you for the time that you took out of your busy schedule, because we all have busy schedules, and to go on a date is a conscious decision to put aside everything so that we can go on this date and know this person. He calls you and he thanks you for that. And then he talks to you about some things that, follow-up questions about some of the things you said during the date. If you talked about a health issue, if you talked about a family issue, if you talked about a job stress, he will call you. How is your job today? How is your family today? How is your daughter? How is this? That is how grown men walk, man. You need to pay attention. And then he sets up the next date clearly, because a grown man is not out there to guess. Grown men don't guess. Grown men do not disappear, and grown men do not send mixed signals, because some people do send mixed signals to female. Let's take, for example, you go out on a date with a grown man, the next day like, hey, I enjoyed last night. It was fun. You talked about this and you talked about that, and I love how easily chatting with you was. And then, can we do dinner next week? That's a grown man. But see, a man that just disappears on you, that's not a grown man, because a grown man is all about clarity. Yes, a grown man is clear about his intention, and that makes him a leader. A man who vanishes after the first date, they weren't really serious about that date. They was just invested in maybe something, your looks and all that. So folks, these are the 5 things that you need to pay attention to. If this video helped you, please, I would like you to hit that subscribe button, like and share this video. And if you would like to see the part 2 of this video, 5 signs he's not serious, even if he acts like it, I want you to comment part 2 down the comment section. Stay blessed.